Hey, before I show you the end result, let me show you the process. It took a while to come up with my idea for my project. I started with mindlessly scrolling on Pinterest until I ran into the paper theater. I've always been intrigued by this kind of art, so I decided to make this main inspiration for my project. This wouldn't be the first time basing an artwork on paper theaters. Back in grade 10, I carved out a book to mimic this design. While trying to solidify this idea, I was instantly reminded of this art trend called the sinking town that blew up over TikTok. I usually don't do trends, but something about this trend made me want to participate in it. I love the aesthetics of this trend. Despite it being digital, it felt physical. And this is when I decided to make two knights battling each other, which would be controlled via a joystick/player. This project took me 3 days to complete. On the first day, I created the code. And when I say created, I mean copy and pasting code, mushing code together until it worked. The one struggle I had during the coding process was activating the NeoPixel to light up red whenever the two servos pointed at each other. In my head, it was easy, since it's just hooking up the mapping to the NeoPixel with a what else statement. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Since I labeled the Y and X axis wrong in my code, I didn't understand any of the numbers, but at last the code worked out. I was ready to lay out the measurements, cut out the cardboard, and draw so I could just assemble it tomorrow. Yeah, I did not do that. As soon as I started drawing my characters, I forgot I hadn't digitally drawn since the start of summer. On top of that, I didn't even know how to draw knights, especially armor. So with that, it took me a day to complete drawing them. Starting the day strong by heading over to the makerspace to lock in with my friends. The assembly was going smoothly, with minor errors here and there since I didn't know how to use a ruler correctly, making all my cuts crooked. Everything was great. My code was working, my characters are printed out and moving. There aren't any hot glue spillage, making my design look clean. Until I looked at the clock and I had only completed the base of the box by 7 p.m. Not knowing where the time went, my friend and I grabbed a bite to eat and copy as we stared at our slow progression rate. Staring at how perfect my base looked, I realized one fatal flaw. I have no idea what my design is. I don't know why I thought I had everything planned out, but in my head, the characters were the only design I had thought about. And the small sketch that I drew out as I came up with the idea had no structure to it. I then proceeded to stare at Pinterest for an hour, draw 4 pillars for another hour, and poorly draw bushes, clouds, curtains, and a fake floor until it was 10 p.m. I don't mind staying up late to complete a project, but the whole purpose of working in the makerspace was so I didn't have to commute with my artwork and putting it at risk of breaking stuff. Not wanting to stay downtown any longer, I quickly made a roof with my scrap cardboard and headed home. On the way home, my friend and I decided to arrive a few hours before the crypt, aka 9 a.m. to add finishing touches since I hate how I left my project. I woke up at 9 a.m. Missed all 13 of my preset alarms and received a text from my friend that they were on their way to school. Tired, I quickly got ready and ran out of the house to arrive at 10:30, which still gave me a few hours to add stuff. I added a curtain skirt around the box, which ended up tying the whole design together, added some words in the worst looking font, and quickly replaced my batteries with a plugin before entering the critique. And this is the result.